Ciao everybody. We are going to make some chicken today with some funghi and carciofi. If you know what that means, type it in the chat right now because I want to see if you know your Italian. Okay, so funghi and carciofi, you know what they are? Mushrooms and artichokes. So, welcome to Dorina's Kitchen. I'm Dorina and today we're going to cook some chicken. This is a really quick and simple recipe. Sometimes you're just going to go in the fridge and you're going to see, what do I have? And once you start doing things more regularly, you're going to know what goes good together. So today, I prepared already. I already filleted my chicken. So my chicken breasts were nice and fat and I filleted them nice and thin into scaloppini. Scaloppini just means little thin pieces of chicken that we're going to dunk in flour and then we're going to put in the frying pan. Now what I did was, okay, little tip, I used my mushroom container to put my flour in because when I'm done, I'm not going to reuse that flour. It's going in the garbage. So I might as well just dump out the flour and put this in the recycling and I don't have to wash it. So it serves two purposes. So anyway, so very quickly, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So the first thing I want to do is drink the wine. First thing I want, this is the chicken hand. First thing I'm gonna do is put a little oil in here. Probably about, I don't know, just a light coating, tablespoon or so. We're going to get this all spread around. We're gonna just put that on low, let that slowly warm up. I have my chicken already cut, my flour's in the container. Actually, what I'm gonna do first, before I do any of that, is I'm gonna cut up my goodies here. So my goodies today are mushrooms. Now I have these nice little white button mushrooms. I think I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm just gonna like cut them twice. I'm gonna not cut them into pieces that are too small. Because the artichoke's a little bigger, I don't want these to be too mushy. Today, I was thinking about, well, one of the things I posted this morning was cook with passion. You know, everything you do, not just cooking even, but live life with passion. So today's theme is passion, you know, and I'm kind of passionate about mushrooms because they make a good sauce. All right, these are all cut. Oh, there's one little teeny one. I'll just cut that one in half. Okay, so they're going back in the bowl. And then the artichokes. So the artichokes, these are nice. You know, they're kind of artichoke hearts here. I'm gonna cut them in half and then I'm gonna cut them in quarters. I think that's gonna be the best. There's only about 5 or 6 of them in here, so in half and in half. Make them in quarters, totally. Now, the other thing I have out that was not originally in my plans, but as I was putting things away and I went into the fridge, I have these beautiful green olives that one fell apart, but that's okay because it's just gonna go in there anyway. And anyway, I got these beautiful green olives that I brought back from Italy. They are so good. They're giant monstrosities. And let's see here. I think I got, oh, there's one left in here. It's a little one. I'm gonna leave that one in half. Okay. So in order to do the olives, what I do, because these have seeds in them, I just take the knife and I slam them good. And then they just kind of come apart. Make sure you always have the same number of seeds as olives that you started with, so you don't accidentally get a seed. There's one. Nice sound. These are such big olives, so I think I am just gonna take 2 giant olives and just cut them up into little pieces and throw them in as kind of like a little side little zing. Oops, wait. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna rough chop this. Okay, and I will save those to be ready in a minute. Okay, that's my dirty towel. Put that over there. Here's my, okay, we're ready. Okay, so this is nice and warm. And I'm going to nicely, see this still went so quick. All right, I'm gonna put this in the flour. Okay. Make sure, but then shake it off because you don't want it too, you know, too floury. So now sometimes I take these, you know, these big chicken breasts that I sliced, and sometimes I cut them in half. I just feel like when you have a family full of people at the table, and usually it's like your second course, maybe to have smaller pieces works out better. And it kind of goes further. But it's just me and Pasquale tonight, and I thought I would make these pretty full size. This thing's a little small, but it works. Now what I have is I just put enough flour in here, and I have a measuring cup over there with a little more flour in it. In case I need more, then I'll put more in. But otherwise, I try to use as little flour, you know, as possible so I don't waste it. Because it's my good Italian flour. All right. So very simple here. So this is what's typical of scallopine. You know, it's just lightly floured. And what the flouring does is it helps you, it helps the sauce, well, it helps thicken the sauce, and then it helps make the sauce stick to the chicken. So that kind of always works out nice. All right. So I just tried to, I had put it on already, so it was a little hot, but I turned it off just for a minute to kind of come to normal temperature. All right, so the other ingredients we're going to use is we're going to use some white wine. I mean, I have olive oil there. I'll probably use a little bit more. Salt and pepper, and I have a little bit, just because the other day I had some chicken broth, and I just had a little bit left, so I'll probably just throw a splash of that in, because I like to make a little extra sauce. And I don't want it to be too whiny, because I don't want to listen to that, you know? I'm just kidding. All right. And, you know, you can salt these while they're cooking. You can salt it after when you're making the sauce. I haven't really found a difference. You know, we'll just put a little bit, just in case. Whatever. As long as you test taste. But I don't really like to do a lot. So look at how nice. You want it cooked and it's white, but you don't want it, you know, too crusty, because you want these to be nice and tender. So I'm just going to turn it off. So that's why you keep it kind of on low. You don't want it to be too high, because if it's too high, then it makes, you know, makes a crust. So it's probably just a smidge of oil on that. I'll let it sit on that side to warm up. Okay. Get hot, spread it around. There we go. Right. Okay. So now I'm going to start getting these things ready. I'm going to throw these in here in a second. Boy, I made a mess here, huh? Where's my dirty towel? This is my cleanup towel. Get this flour out of here. See, you always have a clean towel and a get dirty towel. This one's gonna get dirty too eventually, but this is like you know, this is real quick if I need a handle, or I don't know, you know, and then you really just look like you know what you're doing when you have a towel hanging over your shoulder. All right, let me turn this one over so there's a little pink spot there. All right. Little baby one over. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the mushrooms in, and throw in some of these. Let me see how many of these I'm going to use. Let me see what it looks like. I'll throw in some artichokes. Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't want to overdo the artichokes. I'll put those in a salad. I'm going to throw these little olives in. What the heck? Oh, and these I'm going to eat. Okay, so now, how did that do that? I'm going to take the rest of this chicken, turn this over, turn that over, these big pieces here. And I'm going to go ahead and throw these in too, because now we're going to make the sauce. I could probably have put this in a bigger pan, but that's okay, you know. All right, I'm going to throw in some white wine. Oh yeah. Now see, already those flavors of the mushrooms cooking, the chicken itself, the artichokes, and then of course throw that wine in. And I'm just going to put in a little bit of chicken broth. Now, like I said, we don't need to put any thickening things in here because the chicken has flour on it. Let me see how much sauce it's given me. All right, a little bit. Turn it up a smidge. And make sure that all the mushrooms are down in the juice so they get nice and sauced and flavored. All right, I'm gonna give it a little more juice, a little more chicken broth. I think it's got plenty of wine. Now I am gonna give it a little bit of pepper, this is white pepper. So I wanted to keep it kind of light. Okay. And a little bit of salt on top. And that's pretty much it. We're just gonna let this cook down. So now turn the heat up a little higher just to get like the juice sizzling. And you can already see how the meat is holding the juice and the juice is getting a little thicker. Okay, I'm gonna put the lid on here for a minute. Let's see if I can time my lid. Oh, there it is. And just turn that up for a minute and let it really get warm. And that little teeny bit of, you know, that little 5% that wasn't cooked yet, now it's getting nice and hot in here. Oh, and I can feel it sizzling. This would be great to serve with either some pasta on the side, some rice, some quinoa, some other kind of grain. You know what I love? Farro. So you get some nice grain or some other starch on the side of this with either some green beans or maybe just a salad would be nice with this. Actually, at nighttime, I don't usually do. This is going to be our this evening dinner, and I don't usually do the carbs. I usually do those at lunchtime. So I kind of do it the way we do it in Italy. Maybe there'd be a piece of Italian bread, but otherwise it's the meat, the protein, and then some vegetables. And I actually think tonight I've got some beautiful lettuce. I think I just might make a salad. Un'insalata mista, a little mixed salad. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. Look how pretty. Can you see it? It's so pretty. Now the sauce is getting thicker. It's cooking down a little. Now the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a spoon. I'll be back. And I'm just going to test the sauce and make sure it's got like enough flavor to it, enough salt if it needs pepper, although my nose doesn't need any more pepper. Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. Very light, it's got, you can taste all the flavors, the mushrooms, the artichoke, but it's not, nothing's overpowering. All right. And it's up to you. You know, if you, like, I like the mushrooms. Actually, I like mushrooms any which way. I like them raw. I like them cooked all the way down so that they're teeny tiny and I've gotten all the stuff, and I like them in between. This is kind of in between. But you can do it how you want. So if you like them more cooked and softer down, you know, less of the raw look and make them darker, then put them in sooner. You could take all the meat out, put the vegetables in, cook them down, and then add the meat back in, however you want to do it. But this is what home cooking is about, making it your way. All right. So to make a nice dish, we're going to take one nice one there. That's fine. Let's get the prettiest ones out. Two. This is a nice serving. Two. When you have the full fillet size, you can do 2 or 3 slices. Let's see here. Let me get a spoon so I get some juice out of here. Okay. So let's do 3. Let's get a pretty piece. There we go. We got 3 pieces here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to take some of these nice artichokes and mushrooms and olive pieces. There we go. And we have this really nice chicken dish. So we're going to just call this pollo con funghi e carciofi. Pasta. Pollo. I'm getting my words mixed up. Okay, pollo, chicken with mushrooms and artichokes in a white wine sauce. Super simple, quick to throw together, and really yummy. And if you've got olives, throw some of them in too. You know? So anyway, cook with passion, live your life with passion. Make sure you get your family to the table. If you get the chance to make dessert, I recently posted a chocolate mascarpone cake. And it is so good. A couple people, I think I posted yesterday, the day before, and a couple people have already made it and sent back pictures. I'm like so thrilled. I love when people make my recipes. So please make a recipe that I've done and send it to me and let me see it. Post it on the page under the post original, or just post it anywhere. Go on the Dorina's Kitchen Table group. If you already watch me on Dorina's Kitchen here on my page, check out the Dorina's Kitchen Table group where you can post things, share the recipes you've made, especially my recipes that you've made. That's the whole point. We're trying to, all Italian all the time. So anyway, love you all, and I will see you next time. All right. Ciao, ciao.